Hello everybody. I hope that this video finds you all well out there. I was glad I've been getting comments on that cinnamon roll bliss ball recipe that I made or that I shared a couple of days ago. And I'm just glad that people seem to be enjoying those. I'm definitely still enjoying them here. Had two this morning. But anyhow, today I just thought I would share with you what I consider, the best, most practical advice that I can give you on a plant-based diet. And this is probably not going to be what you expect. It's not going to be eat this exactly, eat like this. It really doesn't matter. This is kind of, this will hit whether you're a fully raw vegan, eat no fat. This will work if you're eating whatever. It'll work however you're eating, and actually philosophically it would work even if you weren't plant-based, but I doubt a lot of people non-plant-based are watching this. But the biggest problem and the biggest hurdle you'll overcome that will give you ultimate freedom in eating in your life that I have found over the years is intentional eating. And that's going to be different. That's going to be something that's different for different people, because I can only speak from my experience. I can only speak from my living circumstances and kind of, the way I live all of my life, and just like my situation, my social situations and everything. Now, once again, I don't dismiss when people say that they're struggling with something, because ever since I've been, I'm a very solitary person. I've had roommates, but I've lived by myself. I eat meals by myself. So I don't have I don't necessarily have that pull. Like I don't have to always try to blend in with what other people are eating. My mind's very simple. My life is very simple. I get hungry and I eat. So, fairly early on, I would say after a couple of years of doing this, or maybe even in the first year, no, I still probably had some things that still did, but you got to learn to eat intentionally. You can't let these little things, like I get comments, and I see comments on a lot of other content out there. Well, I wish I could eat like this. I wish I could eat this. I wish I could eat that. And also I'm not including things I don't mean individual foods that you can't get in your area, but just a way of eating. And it's all about, because I make the choice of what I put into my mouth. I can have anything in this house. Since I've been plant-based for almost 12 years now, I have had my current roommate's not vegan. When I was living, before my mom went in the nursing home, I spent a lot of time, even when I was just traveling back here to visit. My mom was not vegan. She kept little snacks and little things in the house that I had eaten, when I was a kid. And even in Costa Rica, I had a few roommates there that were not vegan when I had that beach house, and was, letting people come down and stay from time to time. So that's just, I got to a point where it's just not even within, I don't quite know how to put it. It's just not my food. I'm not going to eat it. But also, even as far as things that are plant-based go, like, I hear a lot of people, they can't keep nuts in the house, or they can't keep this in the house, or they can't have a treat, or they can't make certain things, or whatever. And I'm like, man, I can have anything in this house. I've spoken many times before about being a drunk for 30 years, and that limit the distinction to, I'm not an alcoholic, so it's not like I'm always on the verge of maybe going back to drinking. There's a bottle of Jack Daniels on the top of the refrigerator right now. I've never really asked my roommate why it's there, because he's not much of a drinker. I've seen him drink a beer, like he's had somebody over to eat once or twice, but he's not a drinker either. But the point being is I got to a point through not putting certain things in my mouth and not reigniting, cravings, or people like to call it addiction sometimes. I think the whole addiction thing is, sorry about that, one of the doors slammed. I think the whole addiction thing is a little bit exaggerated. And once again, before anybody gets their feelings out of joint, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I think it's just kind of a fallback for everybody that doesn't eat exactly like they want, or every time they fall off and eat something they shouldn't, well, I'm addicted, I'm a food addict, I'm addicted to this. But if you know, it's like anything else. And if you are dealing with that, but even just cravings, whether you're an addict or not, the more you put things back, you've got this particular thing, this particular food, it is your problem. And the more that you just keep reintroducing that food and eating garbage, the more you're going to want it. It's like smoking crack. You can be sober from smoking crack for, 6 months, a year, whatever. And, the first time you smoke it, it's just going to, you get past the initial cravings of different things. But as soon as you introduce whatever substance, whether it's food, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, whatever, it immediately reignites those cravings within you. I mean, I can't explain the physiology, the part of it like that, actually chemically what it does to you, but certain things like that, like smoking and stuff, actually physically reignite those urges within you. But you just have to learn how to eat intentionally, and I don't see very much of that in the area where I live. And that's what I'm always talking about when I'm talking about people that just eat just for their taste buds. Now, once again, I'm not saying your food shouldn't be tasty. You shouldn't enjoy your food. I'm just saying that should not necessarily be how you choose your meal, like how you decide what you're going to eat this evening. I've repeated myself many, many times about that, but I remember back in the day, used to, when I'd get together with friends or whatever, or either I was just thinking about what to prepare for food for dinner with somebody else. It's like, what do you feel like this evening? What do you have a taste for? And I'm like, good, bad, or the other. I'm not even saying like I eat perfect or I eat how you should eat, but it's just like I decide what I'm going to eat, and I make those decisions. And it's not just like, ooh, I have a taste for this, so I'm going to go eat something that's not the best for me, or either not just the best for me at that meal. Like I'm going through my day like that. Like that's kind of how I plan my meals. I don't know if I say plan them, but it's like, okay, I eat this in the morning and I'm like, okay, I've gotten these things in for the day. Then I eat something for lunch because I have other things that I want to get in the day. And then the same thing for dinner. But that's the biggest thing I can share with you, is just get to a point where you can eat intentionally, where you're picking, where you don't have these foods that are like, oh, I got this craving, or I want to eat this but I can't eat this. Just make it where you make the choice. And that's kind of one thing that I enjoy about eating like this, is the fact that I can just make those decisions, and I don't have to a slave to different taste or whatever. But anyhow, just a quick little share for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Be sure and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you here again soon. Peace.